Hey guys, welcome to another video of Let's Talk About, and we are talking about the Dusty roster for the 2022 spring split in the NLC Division 1. Obviously, Dusty as an organisation have been around the top division of the NLC since it got combined, where all the regions kind of combined into what the old NLC looks like, and obviously we've got the new setup for it now. Dusty as an organisation have kind of struggled in the past to separate themselves from being a middle of the pack kind of, I wouldn't say middle of the pack organization, but they've had middle of the pack sort of placements. They've picked up fifth placings, they've picked up sixth place placings along the way. And sadly, in the most recent calibrations for what we now know, they failed initially to make Div 1. They were obviously looking like they were going to be in the Div 2 of the NLC, but due to obviously some teams pulling out, they found themselves in Div 1. Which obviously for Dusty is fantastic as an organization. Obviously they've put together a pretty strong roster from obviously the disappointment of thinking that they're going to be playing in Div 2. They've definitely made a statement that they are looking now to compete with the topper echelons of teams that we find in the NLC now. Starting off, we're going to start with the French top laner Alioth. I think that's how you say it. He can let me know if I got that right or wrong. Alioth is obviously the first part of this roster that we're going to touch on. He joins Dusty from LFL organization Solary, where he's most recently placed 6th in spring and 4th place in summer. He joins back up with 2 other players in this roster that he has previous experience with in Izzy Dream. So this primarily for the top half of this map is a massive Izzy Dream reunion for these players. Viking, well, I guess Swedish duo of Viking and Backlund are joining back up with Alioth, who they played with in the summer of 2020. They played with Alioth. Viking and Backlund, they placed 5th with Alioth in those kind of playoffs for the LFL. After that split specifically, Alioth left and Viking stayed with the organization, where he placed 5th in that kind of split. He then finished 8th, and then he finished 10th with the French organization. That was over the last couple of splits that he's placed that. Moving on, we could talk about Backlund, who, as I mentioned, has a lot of experience playing with both Alioth and Viking, but himself individually has a ton of experience in the TCL, playing multiple splits in 2019 and 2018, obviously until most recently playing in the LFL for Izzy Dream. We can now move away from the kind of Izzy Dream reunion talk, and let's talk about this bot lane of Dusty, which is very exciting, and I'm going to tell you why. So, Bulgarian AD carry Venza is partnering up with UK support player FGG. I mean, alongside the top side of the match, which has obviously seen success as a 3 before, you need to have a kind of very strong kind of bot lane to back that up, which in my opinion, Dusty have definitely gone out and done. Start off with Venza. So Venza is someone who, in my opinion, over this split, I would definitely keep an eye on this player. He's an ex-Movistar, obviously ADC in the Spanish leagues. He has bundles of experience playing for some very noticeable names, notable organization names. Like XL, he's played for Origins and Unicorns of Love Sexy Edition as well. You pair this sort of experience with someone like FGG as your support, who most recently has stormed up the kind of UK and Nordic scene in a matter of what seemed like weeks. I mean, he stormed from probably, I think they were about to play in the UKL. He stormed through that, played in the UKLC in the same split. Then in that UKLC split, moved up to the NLC, where he had a lot of success with that roster and really helped Resolve turn their split around. He's definitely one of the, in my opinion, one of the standout players from last split in terms of personal individual development of a player, because he obviously came into that split and that UKLC split as a rookie, played a couple of games, I think he played about 6 games in the UKLC, then got the promotion up into the NLC, where he helped them turn around that kind of split. And I think the combination of these two players, and you've got a very, very good bot lane that I think will only get better in time, and will only, like, it will get scarier as the split gets on, and they learn to play with each other, and also obviously the top side of the map, which obviously, as I said, has got a lot of experience playing together. So that's Dusty. Obviously, let me know how well you think this Dusty roster is going to do, and whether you think it's going to be a success or not. Obviously, let those comments down below as well. At the end of this video, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that has shown love on the last couple of videos, and everyone who interacts with them, whether that's liking the YouTube video itself, whether that's subscribing to me on YouTube, or whether that's interacting with me on Twitter with any retweets or any likes on those. It's greatly appreciated, and I'm looking forward to obviously finishing off this series of Let's Talk About, of obviously all the organizations we have left, but I'm also looking forward to all the other content that I'll be doing across spring. So keep an eye out for all of those. I'll have a big announcement coming out soon about all of that, to kind of give people an idea of what sort of content to expect. But I'm really excited about it, and I hope you guys are too, because it should be a very, very exciting NLC Div 1 spring split. Catch you later.